Most men ruin their confidence within the first 10 minutes of the day. And they don't even realize it. They wake up and hand their focus to notifications. They scroll, they react, they drown in noise. But the Stoic man? He does the opposite. He starts the day with silence, with clarity, with control. Because how you command your morning is how you command your life. This isn't just a routine. It's a ritual of dominance. Over mind, over emotion, over the chaos of the world. And if you follow it, your confidence won't just grow. It'll become unshakable. How you start your morning is how you build your life. What you allow into your mind during the first hour of the day will either ground you or scatter you, will either focus you or fracture you. Every confident man you admire, every disciplined leader you respect, they all have something in common. They start their days on their terms, with intention, with clarity, with practices that protect their peace and sharpen their power. The Stoic morning routine is not just about waking up early. It's about waking up with purpose. It's about creating mental space. Before the world tries to fill it for you, you've probably experienced this. You wake up, reach for your phone, scroll through notifications, messages, headlines. Within 5 minutes, your brain is flooded with opinions, drama, demands. You haven't even stood up, and already, the world owns your mind. That's the opposite of Stoicism. That's the default mode of chaos. The Stoic doesn't react to the world. First thing in the morning, he creates his own inner world before facing the external one. The first practice is silence, not meditation necessarily, just silence. No phone, no conversation, no stimulation, just you and your breath, you and your thoughts, you and the present moment. The goal isn't to force your mind to be quiet. The goal is to listen to what it's already saying. What thoughts come up when nothing is distracting you? What anxieties are asking for your attention? You can't control what you don't first observe. And silence is where that observation begins. After silence comes clarity. This is where journaling enters. Not long, dramatic entries. Just a few lines. A single question. Answered honestly. What do I need to focus on today? Or, what emotion is trying to control me this morning? Writing slows down the chaos. It externalizes the noise. It allows you to see your thoughts, question them, reshape them. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius journaled not for others, but for himself, to remind his mind of what mattered, to prepare for the day before the day prepared him. Then comes the body. Physical movement, not for aesthetics, but for alignment, whether it's stretching, walking, lifting, or cold exposure. The goal is to reconnect your body and your mind. The Stoic believes discomfort sharpens discipline. When you choose a hard thing, first thing in the morning, your brain learns resilience. It learns that emotion doesn't lead, intention does. And that lesson bleeds into everything else you do. Next comes reflection. A brief moment to ask yourself, what do I want to stand for today? Who do I want to be when things don't go my way? This isn't visualization. It's a rehearsal, a mental run-through of the challenges you'll likely face. Someone will annoy you. Something will not go to plan. Someone will test your patience. And instead of being surprised, you'll be prepared. That's the core of Stoic wisdom. Expect adversity. Plan for it. Choose your response ahead of time. Then, the final part of the Stoic morning is alignment. This is where you review your values. Remind yourself what you will and will not tolerate, what you will and will not chase, what matters, what doesn't. Because in the noise of daily life, it's easy to forget, easy to get reactive, easy to trade long-term peace for short-term relief. The Stoic morning resets your compass every single day, and none of this has to take more than 30 to 45 minutes. But those 30 to 45 minutes determine how the next 16 hours unfold. They determine whether you lead or follow, whether you stay grounded or get dragged into drama, whether you show up as a reactive version of yourself or the disciplined one you've been working to become. The point is not to become a robot. The point is to build emotional immunity so that when life tests you, and it will, you've already fortified yourself. You've already practiced clarity. You've already exercised willpower. You've already affirmed your standards. Confidence doesn't come from quotes. It comes from preparation, from small, consistent choices that build internal trust. You start trusting yourself when you say, I will, and you do. You build confidence, not when people praise you, but when you keep promises you made to yourself. The morning is the best time to make and keep those promises. So if you're waking up lost, anxious, behind, stop checking your phone. Start checking in with yourself. If your mornings feel chaotic, it's time to take them back. Start with 5 minutes of silence, then 5 minutes of writing, then 5 minutes of movement, then 5 minutes of reflection. Stack from there. You don't need perfection. You need momentum. You don't need hours. You need ownership. Because the man who owns his morning owns his day, and the man who owns his day starts owning his future. This is the shift from drifting to deciding, from reacting to responding, from rushing to leading. You don't need more motivation. You need more structure. You don't need to feel like doing it. You need to feel proud after doing it. And that pride begins with one choice. The choice to no longer let the world dictate the tone of your day. There will always be reasons to skip it. Always something urgent. Always something tempting. But here's what the Stoic knows. Discipline now is peace later. Clarity now is confidence later. You either pay with effort in the morning, or you pay with regret by night. Choose wisely. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't just rise. Begin. Begin with intention. Begin with presence. Begin with the mindset that no matter what happens out there, you've already won in here because you led yourself first. And a man who leads himself becomes a man others follow, not because he demands it, but because he embodies it. That's the Stoic way. That's the morning routine. That doesn't just change your day, it changes your life. The man you admire, the one who moves with certainty, who speaks with presence, who leads without trying. He wasn't born like that. He was built through repetition, through routine, through non-negotiable mornings. That sharpened his soul before the world could shake it. That version of you? He's not fiction. He's waiting, behind discipline, behind commitment, behind your next sunrise. So the question is, will you keep giving your mornings to chaos? Or will you reclaim them and rise like a man who owns his mind, his mission, his energy? Because here's the truth. If you don't lead yourself in the morning, you'll be led by everything else the rest of the day. Subscribe to Stoic Reign, not just for videos, but for a movement of men who rise, reflect, and reign. You're not here to react. You're here to build. Begin tomorrow with intention. Then come back and tell me, how did your new morning change your life?